Hi everyone, it's Alyssa here from the Township of Washington Public Library, and today for our February craft, I'm going to show you how to make this super cute pink and white button art, perfect just in time for Valentine's Day. To get started, we are going to take our wooden box and you can give it a stain, you could paint it any color you want. I'm using some watered down acrylic paint. So I don't have any stain here at the library, but I do like to see some of the texture of the wood show through, so that's why I water down my acrylic paint. This is a combination of gray and brown to get the perfect sort of chic and shabby kind of look that I'm going for, and so that it's not so intensely saturated. I did not paint the back of mine. Looking back, I regret that. I would paint the back of that inner box and also the back side of the outer side, and that way it looks a little more complete. I didn't do that. I figured the burlap would cover it. It did not. Then I have some pink, and this is also really watered down, and I use it very sparingly. You can see I use the paper towel, and I kind of brush it through, and this gives it a little accent, and it matches our buttons just perfectly. You can do this if you would like. You can skip it if you would like to as well. No big deal. And then I go over it with the brown in some places, and that continues to add some layers and dimension in places where I feel like it may have been too pink. The next thing that we're going to do is grab our burlap, and you can see I outlined the heart that we're going to do, so I have my shape in place. What I'm doing now is I am laying down some glue. This is regular craft glue, and I am just getting the background nice and sticky. You can use Mod Podge, you can use this glue, you can use a stronger glue like hot glue if you would like. And I'm just going to lay that all nice and down, get it really, really sticky so that our burlap adheres as well as we can get it to adhere. You may need to trim your burlap some, that's okay. I'm leaving mine as is. You can fray the edges a little bit more, whatever you would like to do. This is your project, so make it work for you and your happiness. Next, I'm going to apply the glue over the top. You do not have to do this. If you like the burlap texture as is, you can leave it. I'm adding the glue for a little extra security. You can see I've changed to a foam brush here just because it goes a little faster. And that kind of Mod Podged, smoothed look is perfect for what I wanted. Like I said, you can leave it just plain if you would like. What we have to do after this is we have to let this dry a little bit. If it doesn't dry a little bit, it's just going to be hard to work with the buttons in the next step. So set this aside for maybe 20 minutes, depending on how humid or dry it is at the moment. Next, I am taking some of the glue and I am using my buttons around the perimeter. I'm using the smaller buttons that I have. If you got a kit from us, you got about 70 buttons, 70 to 75 buttons. I used only about 50 or so here, so you have some choices. The small ones work best for the perimeter. That way your shape is really precise and very recognizable. And I'm just using the school glue right now to lay them down. I will go back with hot glue. You could use a stronger craft glue like an E6000. Make sure you're working in a ventilated area if you do so. But this just helps them stay in place while I'm getting the layout done so that I can kind of figure out exactly what I want to do. And then I'll go back with hot glue. You can see I'm kind of thinking, can I get it to stick with just the regular white school glue? Ultimately, no. The answer is no. So don't worry about that, but I do kind of want them in place while I figure out what my layout is going to be. But in the meantime, I also have the hot glue gun heating up because I know that that's where this is going to go. There it is. There's my trusty hot glue gun. So I've already glued the perimeter again with the hot glue, and now I'm starting to fill in. So there are buttons of all different shapes and sizes in here, different shades, different colors, and I want to add lots of texture and layers. So I'm putting down some big ones, some small ones. I'm layering. We're going in. And we're just adding lots of texture and dimension, and just have fun with it. This is your project and your buttons are all individual. Okay, and that's it. So as you can see, I've added some dimension by layering. Some of these bigger buttons have some depth to them, so I added smaller buttons inside. And so you can just layer and create dimension, and then you've got your, oh, excuse my hot glue strands, and then you can just do what you gotta do. All right, and that's it. That's our project. So as you can see, there are so many ways that you can customize this, and do whatever you would like to make this craft your own. So I hope that you have fun with it, enjoy, show me pictures of what you create. I cannot wait to see it, and I'll see you next time. Bye!